Hi again. Um, Hopefully you've watched my tutorial on perspective, and today we move on to ellipses, cones, and cylinders. Of course, they're in perspective as well. So you should have perfected your perspective, or at least practiced it before you try on this tutorial. Before you start, obviously you should try to kind of warm up, because you'll be drawing a lot of circles and ellipses. So warm up, just like I did. Don't forget to warm up every day, even if you don't have time. Take 10 or 20 minutes to, practice your circles, get it perfect. Ellipses are much easier, but you'll see what I mean. Drawing ellipse has to be kind of accurate. Okay, to start, check this out. Now, we're looking at foreshortening. I had talked about this in my previous tutorial on perspective, where when something rotates, it kind of looks smaller and smaller, as you can see here, right? What I want to tell you is that an ellipse is a circle in perspective, and obviously it's proven from here. Just one rotation gives it like this. But what perspective, you ask? Well, you can draw a circle and ellipse in 1 point perspective, just like you see here. Okay? To prove it to yourself, I'm going to teach you how to do this, and you can try it out by yourself. Okay? So this is what I had done before. Hopefully you can see that. Okay, so I kind of like to angle my paper, but sometimes my lines are not straight, but straight in comparison to the straight when I draw it, but when I turn it around it kind of looks angled. But I think with practice that'll get better. So I'm placing the boundaries, okay, and I choose the center point. The center point is the point where the rotation kind of stops, exactly the center, when this is the beginning, and it turns kind of 90 degrees and it stops in this position. Okay. The second thing you want to do is you want to choose a vanishing point, because we're talking about 1 point perspective, so one vanishing point, right? This is the vanishing point. Now I'm going to draw the first rotation kind of in this direction. Okay, so first of all I want to kind of draw more boundaries here, and you'll obviously see why. And then I draw this perpendicular line here to choose where I want to place my coin, the beginning of my coin. Next I join this vanishing point to this point and kind of trace it downwards, and wherever it hits on here I kind of try to match it. Usually people will draw two lines, but because you're not using ruler, so when you try to trace it, kind of isn't the points aren't parallel, so you just try to draw one line and then try to trace it over. But yeah, okay, so the next thing you want to do is you want to trace a straight line through the middle. Why do this? Well, a circle has a radius, and you're trying to draw a line through that radius. Now we choose our radius, let's say here, and we draw a line across. What this allows us to do is try to map our circle according to the quadrants. As you can see, I'm doing here. I'm mapping the circle from quadrant to quadrant, touching the tangents. Okay, and that's my first ellipse. If you see here, I kind of rotated it like so, right? So that's pretty cool. I also darkened the edges because if you see the coin, it has that darkened edges. Okay, and now I'm going to kind of skip the process along and show you kind of the end image. So let's see, I chose it here. Obviously this makes it so much harder to draw from the vanishing point. I'm going to extend this because I know it's gonna, there. So I'm tracing that line to my vanishing point, and I kind of get it somewhere down here, which is really far. So I don't want to draw the other line because it might not match and it'll mess things up. So I just cheat and I do this. Yeah. So again, I have to draw. I choose the center, draw it, everything, and I try to kind of oh, that's bad, but try to kind of trace in the quadrants again. And of course the size is inaccurate because I didn't match it very properly, but as you can see now it's flat. Okay, so you can see that it is in 1-point perspective, and you can try it at home. You can also go the other way and do the same thing the other way. Try it by yourself and you'll get something like this, as you can see here. I'll upload it on the internet so you can check it out for yourself. Now we're going to talk about drawing an ellipse the more professional way. The two terms everyone teaches is the minor axis and the major axis. Obviously these are equal, the division are equal, and usually the first thing after you draw a box is you find the center of the box by drawing diagonal lines that touch the edges of the box, and by this way you can find the center. After that you draw two lines like so, and then you try to map the quadrants like I told you. Better drawers tell you that way is slow, and it's true. So when you get better and better, you try to do it in one go, like this. You try to map it in your head, using your eyes. Where do you want to look? Boom, 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 boom. When you try to draw it by yourself, you kind of try to get close to that, Yeah. So the minor axis is the shorter width of the ellipse, and the major axis is the wider width. It's always there, and it's important because you have to keep the spacing kind of equal. Like if you see here, see this B shape, this is totally messed up. This is not equal. Okay, this is okay, this looks okay. So keep in mind the spacing between the major and minor axis. In circles, the major and minor axis are equal sizes. Okay. So next thing I'm going to show you is this. I just talked about it. Okay. So first you want to draw a box. I hope that's 90 degrees. I'm not sure for myself, but it kind of looks 90 to me. But it really doesn't matter because I'm just showing you. I'm sorry, I'm a bit slow because I'm a beginner, so bear with me. Now we take this corner and this corner and try to join that line. Kind of try to map it before you stroke make the strokes. Damn, I kinda missed it. That's kinda bad. But yeah. Oh, sorry for saying damn. Maybe that's inappropriate for most of you, but again, sorry. So I found my center point, right? All circles have this, and then I trace a vertical line and a horizontal line. Hopefully you can see it. There. And I kind of try to, trace the quadrants. Some people might want to rotate their paper, but better drawers don't have to. They kind of use their wrist so well to do this. Anyways, that's my ellipse. Okay. Yep, because this spacing's not equal, so you think I'm trying to draw a circle, but no. This is my ellipse. Once you get better, you don't try to draw these two lines across anymore. You kind of try to guess it. Okay, I'll give you a quick look. Trying to guess the center. Use your vision. It saves a lot of time, and you try to start very light and try to dig into it. I kind of got it already here, but I think this is too many strokes. Maybe there. I got it. But it kind of looks like it's too many strokes. You don't want to do that. So there you go. This is the longer side is the major axis, and this is the minor axis. So the next step you want to take in drawing your ellipse is drawing it in a box. You can try with a 2-point perspective box. Again, you might have to be in the stage where you can draw 2-point perspective with both vanishing points outside the table or outside the paper. And usually you draw the vertical line first, and then you can choose the direction you want. This one is a bit, it's kind of parallel, but you try to make it a bit angled, just for the sake of the rule. And also this vertical line, you try to angle it in a bit, makes it more realistic. Okay. Then this is a bit blocking, so I'll reduce the size on this. I choose this angle and angle this. Kind of try to keep it parallel, but a bit angled in, like so. This also a bit angled in, only a bit, so it looks real. This side also, you try to keep a perspective in shape for you. Okay, this box looks pretty good. And you try to, the next skill you want to learn is trying to draw that ellipse in 3D, because you'll need it. Like, you'll seriously need it when you're drawing anything. Because if you can recall in my old video, I kind of said that everything can be drawn inside a cuboid, and that's true. That's very, very true. And okay, now that you're already here, you try to trace lightly. Again, when you're not sure, you're uncertain, you're using a pen or you're using such an expensive paper to do your job, you just want to trace in lightly first, and then try to follow up that whatever later. I'm not that confident right now, but this ellipse looks pretty good to me.